somebody just called the Serpent.
What's up, guys and girls? I know I said in the last upload I was going to be doing a big video on Freya. However, I'm still in the process of getting all the info I need. It should take about 2 days, which is usually the next time I upload. But in this video, I decided to give an analysis and breakdown of the horn being blown, why it's important, and what it means for the next game. First off, Cory Barlog said in 2 tweets, we will eventually find out who blew the horn in the future in another story. He's aware the internet is extremely curious about this and will play a part in the next game. The fact means it's important if Cory had to go out of his way to talk about it and respond to it. Let's go over why this scene is so important and the mysteries behind it. The scene starts off with the attack on Kratos by Modi, leaving Atreus to go into a rage. The world reacts to Loki being in this near-death state. Here is Cory Barlog saying that.
And when you come out here, the world has changed. You know, the red storm, as we're calling it, which is the epicenter right over their house, is off in the distance, and you kind of have this weird, almost bluish-gray haze everywhere. It's the world is reacting to this imbalance. The world is reacting to Loki being near death, right? And at this time, you don't know he's Loki. Spoilers!
So here are what makes this scene so damn mysterious. The person who blew the horn must fit these criterias. 1. They have to be able to speak the Serpent's language. The only people we know who can speak it is Atreus towards the end of the game during the Baldur fight, and Mimir. Also, since Mimir said that the Serpent trusted Tyr, it's safe to assume Tyr also spoke its language. The person must be able to communicate with the Serpent, or else what would they call him? The person must have known this was the moment they could have blown the horn without being discovered. Seems very coincidental that the moment Atreus gets sick and we leave this area for a long period of time is when the person calls the Serpent, as if they know we wouldn't be here and remain hidden. After the scene, we went to Freya for a while. Then it took a while to get to the house. Then Kratos fast traveled to the dwarf and went to Helheim, got the heart, and returned. That person who blew the horn had all the time in the world to do whatever they needed to do. Maybe it was someone from the future who knew this was the right moment. Maybe a god who was watching down from Asgard or wherever. But if it was a god from the Aesir, the Serpent would have fought them. Like how when Mimir accidentally said that we were friends with Odin, the Serpent was ready to strike immediately, so it can't be someone who's from the Aesir. So that is also odd that the person found the right moment to call the Serpent. Another odd thing about this scene is that this is the only part in the game where we can't explore. Any attempts to swim forward, the game brings us back. It makes sense story-wise because we have to care for Atreus, but if we could go up there, that person will most likely have been there waiting. Whether it be standing next to the horn or using the elevator to reach it, that person is literally out of reach. Now my final thoughts is, what if the Serpent was called not to even be talked to? Remember, once we use the horn, the Serpent moves his body, which reveals more areas. It was the same thing here. When the person called the Serpent, more areas were revealed. Perhaps there was something in this area that was flooded by water, and the person needed the Serpent to shift its weight so this person can get to what area they needed to get to. It makes sense because as we played through the game, every single time the Serpent moved, we got more exploration. Perhaps this person was using the same mentality. Now, I covered in the past who it might be. I think it was either Heimdall, who like Tyr is a friend of the giants, could be Loki from the future, any of Loki's future family members, since the majority of them were mentioned in this game except Hela, who is the god of the underworld. Now, I don't think it's Tyr, because he's either dead or locked up somewhere. It can't be any of the Aesir, because they fought alongside Odin, and the Serpent and Odin and the Aesir don't get along. Who do you guys think it is? I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of God of War and the Horn. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys for listening. Deuces.